Καλησπέρα σε όλους μάγκες. Ελπίζω να είστε όλοι καλά. Συνεχίζουμε από χθες. Περιμένουμε λίγο να μπει κόσμος. Μέχρι στιγμής, εντάξει. Πιστεύω καλά τα έχουμε πάει. Λοιπόν, για να πούμε κι εμείς. Λίγο άκυρη ώρα τώρα, αλλά είχα ρεπό, οπότε θα το ανοίξω τώρα και ποιος θέλει ας το δει κονσέρβα. Για να δούμε. Μας έφερε ο Τσέος εδώ πέρα. Μάλιστα. Να σου.
Poe's prophetic raven. The flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh. The caretaker takes great care of these graves. The caretaker takes great care of these graves.
Μάλιστα. Α, έχω δύο.
Poor kid. Poor kid.
11 χρονών αυτό. Το παιδάκι.
Charles Hawkins' grave. Who could have done this?
Κάποιος έσπασε.
Charles Hawkins.
Έσπασε τα λουλούδια. Εδώ πάει προς το σπίτι, αλλά... Εδώ είναι κλειστός ο δρόμος έτσι κι αλλιώς.
Recently fallen. It's as if all life has abandoned the place.
Ο φάρος. Το λιμάνι. Και ήμασταν πριν. Και στην ουσία δεν είναι τόσο τρομακτικό αυτό το παιχνίδι όσο ντετεκτεβικό, ας πούμε, να ψάχνεις. Σαν αστυνομικός θα έλεγα. Βασικά είμαι και μπάτσος, οπότε... Στην ουσία πρέπει να βρίσκεις στοιχεία. Σφραγισμένο είναι.
I'll have to find another entrance. This entrance is still in use.
Ωρε πούστη.
You were trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them. Dump them into the ocean.
You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. Let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater.
You haven't forgiven yourself. You stay here to honor the memory of the deceased.
That's true. I want no more violence. No more tragedy.
It's painful to be the last one left.
You don't know how right you are. Understood. I'm listening.
The police report describes a domestic accident. But Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
No, I can't let you in. The mansion isn't safe.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked, and I make sure it stays that way.
No one lives in the mansion, and you don't take care of it anymore. If you have a good reason to be here, I'm listening.
There's vermin. I keep an eye out.
Vermin?
Yeah, that's it, vermin.
Right. This is what we're going to do. I go inside, and I promise that I'll hunt vermin. Okay with you?
I'm not sure.
If there's nothing else to fear, you can give me that key.
Right. Take the key and do what you have to do. Go on, then. Just to get rid of you.
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion. This gate is locked.
Οκ. Μάλιστα.
I know a thing or two about solitude myself. Rather Spartan. The caretaker has simple tastes. The poor wretch seems to spend the best part of his time isolated from the world. Bourbon. Empty, of course.
Είναι λίγο αλκοόλιας. Δεν κατάλαβα ότι το άνοιξε αυτό άμα δεν μπαίνω το παράθυρο. Το σπασμένο το παράθυρο. Τέλος πάντων. Πάμε και πάνω και βλέπουμε. Πάμε και πάνω, πάμε πάνω. Να μπούμε επιτέλους στο σπίτι. Α, ήρθε και ο Τσέρ.
Shall we enter? Now that you've finished your fun and games with Silas, we can perhaps inspect the mansion.
You're right. Let's go. Let's take a look inside.
I'm coming with you. There's no way I'll leave you alone in there without a watchful eye. Follow me. I know the place. Who left this light on?
Αυτά τα δύο ανεβαίνουν μόνο με object. Οκ.
The Last Supper of the Hawkins. What does this tell me? What kind of meat is this? This place is for the head of the family, Charles Hawkins. The boy was probably here. Smashed his plate on the floor.
Τι τρώνε ρε πούστη. Τι είδος να φας στο παιδί σου.
Sarah Hawkins didn't eat. Was it because of the meat or something else? Something happened at this table. An argument?
Hey, Pierce. Daydreaming again?
Working, officer. This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day. The scene of the fire is next door.
Sarah Hawkins and little Simon. The perfect picture of the middle-class family. Sarah Hawkins and little Simon. The perfect picture of the middle-class family. Was Charles Hawkins some kind of explorer? Too much rubble. I'll find an easier way. Charles and Sarah's wedding was painted by Sarah herself. Let's see if I can find something the cops missed. The child's corpse left a trace. Where are the others? Did someone escape the fire? Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker? If the painting I found on the docks really came from here, how come it didn't burn? Did Sarah Hawkins lose one of her shoes? How? They had a fight. Why?
Αυτός μάλλον το σκάσει.
Blood. This lamp was thrown. This was no accident. This was a fight. Someone fell here. A desperate attempt to flee. And the boy.
So, Detective, what do you make of it?
I firmly believe this fire was more than just an accident.
What's your theory?
I think the Hawkins couple got into a fight.
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
Και του κλείσα την πόρτα στη μούρη.
I just ask that you don't disturb anything. If Chief West found out about what we're doing, I'd be in serious trouble.
This door is locked.
Ναι, ψιλοθυμίζει αμνίζια.
These bandages are covered in dried blood. But whose? The lyrics of the drunken sailor, a sea shanty.
Εδώ εμφανίζεται αυτό. Μα πάω προς τα εδώ, εξαφανίζεται. Εξαφανίζεται. Σε αυτό το δωμάτιο εξαφανίζεται.
An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
Οπότε κάτι παίζει εδώ.
1818. This door is blocked from the outside.
Δεν μου βγάζει τίποτα να το πάρω αυτό. Εδώ μου το βγάζει, εδώ. Πώς να υπάρχει κάτι που δεν το βλέπω ρε φίλε εδώ πέρα.
Crowbar. Could prove useful.
Τώρα επιβάλλεται...
This door is locked. This door is locked.
Λογικά θα μου το έχει σαν επιλογή αν μπορούσα να το κάνω. Οκ. Το λύσαμε αυτό. Ωραίο δωμάτιο. Moby Dick.
Melville's classic. The epic battle between man and whale. Mandatory reading for any whaler, I guess.
Το είχαμε στο σπίτι αυτό κάποτε. Κάβα είναι, ανοίγει και έχει κάβα μέσα.
This place was falling apart long before the fire.
Πάμε και στο πιάνο.
This piano is in disrepair. Looks like the Hawkins kept it more for decoration than for music. Greek mythology. Hecate, goddess of the dead, daughter of Tartarus, and mother of Scylla. Greek mythology. Hecate, goddess of the dead, daughter of Tartarus, and mother of Scylla. Dark water history. This place was settled back in 1692 by two families that seceded from the New England colonies. There's something disturbing about this painting. There's something disturbing about this painting. "20,000 leagues under the sea." Another story about the mysteries of the deep.
20.000 λέξεις από τη θάλασσα. Τέτοιο έχουμε. Τι στο δίνει και εδώ, ποιο το νόημα.
What could Sarah have done to make this person threaten to call the police? Locked.
Κάτι πέρασε από εδώ.
The boys' room. A child's fort. From what threat was Simon protecting his world? Tom Sawyer, Mark Twain. Sarah must have read it to him before bed. Sleeping pills. Strong for an 11-year-old boy. What was wrong with this family? What nightmarish vision could have inspired them? Simon's troubles went beyond family problems. That kid saw something. Something terrified him. What will her room reveal about her? Barbiturates. Sarah Hawkins must have been extremely agitated resorting to such a treatment. This padlock is too complicated for me. It's no use. The padlock won't give.
Κάτσε ρε φίλε, δεν βρήκαμε το κλειδί.
It's no use. The padlock won't give. Μήπως με αυτό το κλειδί ανοίγω αυτό? This door is locked.
Μανάτο. Oh.
Was Sarah Hawkins interested in the occult? What was she trying to achieve? Sarah Hawkins' agent was getting worried. Seems she wasn't giving any signs of life. This ledger lists all of the paintings Sarah Hawkins sold. It seems the last one was given for free to a Francis Sanders. I wonder why. The door is blocked on the other side. Bradley? Is that you?
Είναι αυτή η πόρτα,
It's no use. The padlock won't give.
Πάμε πάνω. Οχ. Κάτι κρυφό εδώ. Άντε πάλι.
A barbiturate prescription from a certain Dr. Fuller. That's a massive dose. Was Sarah violent? Is anyone there?
Μας μοιάζει λίγο. Άντε γαμίσου.
You! Stop!
Bradley, did you see which way he went?
Who? I didn't see anyone. I just heard some noise. Are you all right?
A man was hiding on the upper level. He ran when he saw me. He can't be far. This door is blocked from the outside.
I'll cover you.
This door was closed earlier. Where did he go? They look like Celtic runes. Charles must have brought them back from one of his foreign trips. It looks like an old seaway map.
Do you really think that your fugitive came in here? I don't see any way out.
Clearly, Charles Hawkins knew Captain Fitzroy very well. I wonder who the man with the glasses is in the photograph. Probably another friend of Hawkins. This globe seems to have been part of some mechanism. Doesn't work. Seems like this came from a log. There must be a link with the Seaway map. Looks like the navigational paths described in the log. Looks like the navigational paths described in the log.
Και πρέπει να τα βάλω όλα. Το Λονδίνο, ας πούμε.
Doesn't work. I must have missed something.
Οπ.
Why are these letters here, and not with Sarah Hawkins' belongings?
Oh.
As if the bookcase has been moved several times.
Ναι, βιβλιοθήκη είναι, αλλά...
The Scylla. It's the boat that was stranded at the entrance to the harbor. Looks like the navigational paths described in the log.
Α, οπότε πρέπει να βρούμε κάποιο σύμβολο πάνω στην...
This panel is movable. Cogwheels. They must be linked to an opening mechanism. Probably a secret passage. I must find a way to activate the opening mechanism. With this, I should be able to force the gears.
Well done, Pierce.
Το καλό το παλικάρι.
As if the bookcase has been moved several times.
Κανονικά πρέπει να βρω το συνδυασμό, αλλά από τη που βρήκα αυτό το άλλο μυστικό, γιατί όχι, να το χρησιμοποιήσω. Chapter 4. Μια γάρα. Λοιπόν...
Secret passage, under the manor. It's like a detective novel. That guy must have already gotten far.
Yeah.
Εγώ τον μπάτσο νομίζω θα πεθάνει, όπως είδα στον ηρωό μου στην αρχή.
We must find him.
What is this place?
Λοιπόν, πρωτού πεθάνει ο μπάτσος όμως, δώστε μου 2 λεπτά να φτιάξω μια φραπεδούμπα. Να δουλεύει το μυαλό.
Look. Someone's been here recently.
3 seats. Did Charles Hawkins use this place? Who were the others? What is this mask supposed to represent? Whatever Charles Hawkins hid here, he didn't want it in his house.
Okay.
This piece of cloth is unmistakably from a dress. Sarah Hawkins. Was she hiding from someone?
Oh.
Whoever was sitting here could have seen Sarah Hawkins. Could this be related to her death?
Αυτός είχε μια σέκτα τρελαμένων κάτω από το σπίτι του.
This padlock is too complicated for me.
Ναι, μπορείς να χρησιμοποιήσεις το τέτοιο πάλι. Ουγγ.
Of course.
And something tells me that the key is climbing these steps. There's tunnels all over this island. Given the size of this cave, there's gotta be other entrances.
The passage continues further down. Might as well start with that.
I ain't gonna squeeze in there. I'll find another way. If possible, I prefer not to ruin my uniform.
Fine, fine. Go look for another entrance. I'll try my luck down below.
Some kind of dream catcher. If I touch it, it'll turn to dust. Some kind of dream catcher. If I touch it, it'll turn to dust. An old diary.
sad way to go. These paintings must be several centuries old.
Τι λες ρε φίλε.
These paintings must be several centuries old.
Οκ. Έχω ψιλοκαταλάβει ρε παιδιά. Έχει και μια σέχτα κάτω από τον πύργο. Αυτός ασχολιότανε. Την έψαχνα γενικότερα. Το πήρε χαμπάρι άλλη. Και αυτός μάλλον και ακόμα ζωντανός.
I don't have time to search them all. It looks like animal oil, but certainly not whale.
Μάλιστα. Έτσι ξεκινήσανε και το... Έγινε το μεγάλο κυνηγητό των φαλενών. Γιατί... κάποτε παίρνανε το λάδι από τις φάλαινες. Αυτό το oil που λέει. Και φτιάχνανε λάμπες. Φωτίζαν τις πόλεις βασικά. Ψέματα, όχι της πόλης, αλλά σπίτι των πλουσίων, γιατί οι πόλεις δεν είναι κεριά.
What's going on here?
Προσεύχονται.
Keep your voice down. We're not alone.
Good God. What have you got me into?
We'll see. I'll go on. Try to go down on your side.
Yeah, there's a passage. I'll meet you at the bottom.
Mass grave. An engraved whalebone. A strange creature has been carved into it. Probably a figure of worship. Locked.
Δεν έχει άλλο μέρος να πάω. Ναι, από εδώ ήρθα.
A table for sacrifice?
Ούτε που το πρόσεξα.
I got it.
Και νομίζω ότι ξεκίνησε το όνειρό μας στην αρχή. Στο περίπου.
No, damn it! I must find a way out of here. Is it my turn?
Yes, it is time. You will soon be one of us, if your body and mind are ready.
I dream of it every night. I have constant visions. I am ready.
Good enough. Prove it to us.
It's like in my dream. It seems to have been used recently. Probably some sort of ritual. I can't read Latin.
Ακριβώς σαν το όνειρο είναι εδώ. Και μάλλον θα πεθάνει ο μπάτσος δηλαδή.
You who sleeps, accept this dream under your immortal wing.
Ya Cthulhu Nithsiha Fitag.
Grant him your flesh and accept his, so that his body and yours may be one.
Yibithink Padk Cthulhu Bithinkor.
Grant him your mind and accept his,
Locked.
so that his mind and yours may be one.
Yeloig Padk Cthulhu Loigna.
Grant him your dreams and accept his, so that the paths of your souls finally intertwine.
Yor El Cthulhu Kashag.
Let his soul guide.
I feel him.
You are gifted indeed. Not another word. Let him pass through every part of you. Oh, you who sleep. We pray for your return into the kingdom of the earth.
Stelbisna Cthulhu Kashag.
Bring me more sacred flesh.
Dead? This ritual killed him. Where's the sense in that? Again, this primitive writing.
We are ready for the ceremony. What about your protege?
His awakening is complete. He will join you shortly.
Οκ.
Bradley, what are you doing here? I saw two odd-looking guys coming down. Seemed up to no good. What in the world is this?
An intruder!
Oh, shit! Don't move! Police! Don't move! I won't hesitate!
Bradley, get back!
Shoot.
Get back!
You asked for it! Charles, you shouldn't have seen this. Ah!
Τρεχάτε ποδαράκια μου.
It's caving in. I need to get out of here.
Oops.
My leg!
Cultist.
Light! At last.
Μπα. Μπα με έκανε. Σιγά με έβγαινε σε Riverside Institute. Ακροποτάμιο Ινστιτούτο. Για να δούμε. Όχι το πόλι!
Having a seizure.
He will survive. Strong subject. There, he's opening his eyes.
You saved him, Fuller. I can't get up.
Don't move, Pierce. You can certainly say that you gave us a scare.
What did you do to me? Undo these straps!
Whoa! Go easy, my friend.
You were dead. He killed you.
Are you sure he's better?
He was dead. Me too, we were dead! What are you doing?
I'm sorry, my friend.
What? No!
Κάτι παίζει. Ο Τσέος έχει πεθάνει, σίγουρα.
What happened to me? Where am I?
Mr. Sanders, you have to come with us.
No, please. I can't leave here.
You got no choice, Sanders, and neither do we.
You don't understand. If I go out, they'll see me. No! No!
You're leaving this cell.
Please. I don't want him to find me.
Το κολοαέριο τα κάνει όλα. Λεβιάθαν.
You there. Wake up. Come on, stand up. We don't have much time. Can you stand up?
Who are you?
A friend of Ethan Bradley. It was he who told me that you had been interned here.
Wait. Bradley is really alive? I don't understand.
Πόσο μούφα.
So full of drugs I can't distinguish dream from reality.
Please believe that I have nothing to do with these disgraceful treatments. Look, I don't have time to explain everything. I'm not really supposed to be here. And the same goes for you, according to Ethan. You must leave as soon as possible, and as unobtrusively as possible. I've brought you your clothes. Let me go ahead. We'll meet upstairs.
Wait a minute. What's going on here? What do they do to the patients to make them so terrified?
I would really like to know. I only see them when they are brought up for medical treatment, for problems they didn't have before going downstairs. But this is neither the time nor the place to talk about that. We must not stay here. There are 2 men standing guard near the stairs. It's the only way to the floor above. I shall try to distract them, and get at least one to come with me. All you need to do is to follow me as soon as the way is free.
Understood. What does this mean?
Dun, 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 dun. Sarah.
Sarah. Am I in an asylum?
Σόπα.
What did he write about the painting?
The pain are yours. Όχι, οι ζωγραφιές είναι καταραμένες. Έχει και στο πρόσωπό του αυτός.
Why the strange symbol repeated over and over? What did they inject him with? Sarah Hawkins is on this list of authorized visitors.
Οκ. Τίμιο. Προσπάθησα. Καλύτερα όχι.
If I don't get out of here, I'll end up like him. Poor wretch.
Ξέρετε, τέτοιες εποχές τώρα ήταν... Το να γεννιόταν ένα παιδί με πρόβλημα ήταν κατάρα.
These people need care. You keep them in this terrible place as if...
Go back upstairs where your patients are waiting for you to treat them.
Αυτοί που πηγαίναν στο άσυλο τώρα καλή ώρα σαν αυτά, πήγαν ακόμα χειρότερα. Πολύ χειρότερα. Και πηγαίνανε πλούσιοι στην ουσία. Άτομα από οικογένειες πλουσίων.
I'll have to find a way of getting rid of those two myself.
Μα γεννώσου στην επαρχία την έχεις κάτσει.
The machine is working again, but the control wheels haven't been put back on.
I was just going to the storage room. I can bring them to you.
No, Dr. Fuller doesn't want us touching the pressure valves.
As you want. I'm gonna see if there are sleeping pills left. They've run out again upstairs.
Put a few aside for me, will you? And above all, leave the wheels where they are.
Locked. Exactly what I need.
Τα κλειδιά.
Good God. What could this machine be used for?
Δελίριο. Ναι, τους κάνανε ηλεκτροσόκ. Που είχε βγει και το δόγμα του σοκ από αυτό, ρε, πούστη.
The corpse is complete. Whose are these limbs? Is there a connection between this corpse and the machine?
Ήταν μια μορφή λοβοτομής. Η λοβοτομή, γκουγκλάρετε το. Στην ουσία επαναφέρεις τον άνθρωπο σε εμβρική τέτοια κατάσταση. Οπότε τον ταΐζεις, τον ποτίζεις πιο εύκολα. Σαν παιδί, ας πούμε.
Have I activated anything? It's an ammeter. I didn't expect to see one on this little rock. Vats of rotten flesh? An elaborate electrical system? Like a dumb pulp novel. Worse and worse. The liquid connects it to the electric current. What are its properties? What will happen if I increase the current to the limit? I can still increase the load. I can still increase the load.
Όπου είναι τεράστιο μέρος, έτσι. Που παρά είναι μεγάλο μέρος.
Get me out! Don't let me sleep in here.
What is welling up inside me? I feel it in my head and in my body. He roars and swells as strength of oceans. His waves rise and crash, leaving behind them only a trail of white, nourishing foam. He is my master. He enters me. Yes, 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 yes.
They're right. 4 days, maximum. 5 at the most.
Who's there?
Άσε ρε φίλε που με είδες.
You there.
It's an ammeter. I didn't expect to see one on this little rock. What will happen if I increase the current to the limit? Worse and worse. What's the connection between this meat and the electrical vats of rotten flesh? An elaborate electrical system? Like a dumb pulp novel.
You there, come here. I don't know what you're doing.
What do you want?
Sleep. That's all.
Sleep? You don't want to leave?
No. Have you seen the storm that's brewing? I'm fine here. Except for one problem.
You want sleeping pills, right?
Yeah. And in exchange, I can make noise. Lots of noise.
You'll draw the guards to your cell to allow me to escape.
So, you in? Find something to make me sleep, and I'll take care of the guards for you.
I'll find you some pills.
Go look in the storage room. There must be sleeping pills there.
It's done. Now for the others. Anatomy, anthropology, not dementia, self-inflicted wounds. Sarah Hawkins. She was a patient here.
Οπότε τώρα αυτό τελίκιασε. Αυτό τελίκιασε και έχουμε άλλα δύο. Τους που δεν ξέρω αν μας χρησιμεύσουνε, αφού... Εκεί είναι. Εκεί μέσα.
It's locked. Control wheel to mount on a plumbing system.
I fear your mind is lost forever.
Έρχομαι, μάγκες. Ένα λεπτό. Λοιπόν... να σου γαμίσω ψυχάκια.
Is welling up inside me. I feel it in my head and in my body. He roars.
Τι λες τώρα ρε? Άλλαξε δρομολόγιο.
Who's there?
This padlock is too complicated for me. The green gas leaves from here, and it runs through the whole building. Perfect. Theoretically, I've only got one lever to push. It's locked.
Okay.
It's impossible to break this chain with my bare hands.
Α. Okay.
This valve controls the pressure.
Είναι κάποιο puzzle δηλαδή.
Now for the next step. This lever must turn on the gas machine. There's nothing happening. There's nothing happening.
Ναι, οπότε χρειάζομαι άλλο ένα.
It's no use. The padlock won't give.
Καλά στον John Smith. Πού με είδε ρε φίλε. Σε βλέπουνε, καλά θα μου πεις. Με είδε.
Where do they keep their sleeping pills?
Guards room.
It's no use. The padlock won't give.
Γάμο το σπίτι σου.
Scopolamine, morphine, opium. Nothing but common drugs.
Δεν μπορώ να σηκώθω, είναι ο μαλάκας ο άλλος εκεί. Α, όχι, δεν είναι.
My new friend's sleeping pills.
Ούψ. Όπα, με είδε κάποιος άλλος. Και δεν μπήκα στο storage room. Ναι, Τζον Σμιθ, ρεπό, ρεπό. Όπα. Με έχουνε δει όλοι. Κάτσα περιμένω 3 λεπτά εδώ, ρε φίλε. Οπότε τώρα έχουμε τα sleeping pills που μπορεί να κάνει noise. Βέβαια θέλουμε πριν τα sleeping pills να μπούμε. Έχω πάρει και 2 κλειδιά. Για το storage δεν είναι.
It's no use.
Όχι. Το μουνί της λάσπης γαμό. Έλεος.
With these chains on your wrist, you can't escape.
Λοιπόν, πρέπει να βρούμε κάτι πρασινάκι.
The door is blocked on the other side.
Βλέπετε τίποτα, βλέπετε τίποτα, πριν έρθει ξανά. Ξανάρθει. Είναι κάτι μες στο δωμάτιο ρε φίλε και δεν μπορώ να το βρω. Πού είσαι ρε φίλε? Να το. Μόλις φύγει. Sorry, μία. Οπότε μπορώ να κάνω και με τον ψυχάκια λογικά μα του δώσω τα φάρμακα, αλλά και με το αέριο. Ωραία, κάνει και save.
The piping hasn't burst. Not yet, anyway. I've got to hide before the guards see me.
Hell's teeth. We gotta tell them.
Doctor, is that you?
Don't you worry about the doctor. Right now, he'll have plenty to keep him busy with his precious machine. It gives us time to get away. I'll undo you.
Get away? Get away where? I can't go anywhere. It'll find me, like it found me here. You're mistaken about the beast. Don't stay with me, or you'll end up the same way.
Δεν το έχω.
You're Sanders, aren't you? I heard you from my cell. What did they do?
Άρα κάτι έχω χάσει.
What does Fuller want with you?
The doctor? You think it's the doctor who scares me? The doctor wants to heal me. But he's the one who's crazy. He wants to restore my sight. He wants to give me back my eyes. And yet I told him that I didn't want him. I do not want to see it anymore. The real culprit is Sarah. Her and her accursed paintings.
You're kidding me. You're talking about Sarah Hawkins.
The one and only. The legendary. There is no artist more enlightened or cursed than Sarah Hawkins.
In her office, I saw signs of a ritual, perhaps an invocation. These things, that's what makes you say she's cursed.
You're wrong. It was not an invocation, but a revocation. But she failed. And that's what counts.
What's going on this island?
I'm so sorry. We should never have met.
What are you talking about?
Destiny! It has trapped you. Don't let it see you, or you won't be able to escape it. Don't look at it. That's how it finds you.
What finds me?
Sarah Hawkins' visitor. The Shambler.
Sanders, pull yourself together.
Without her, it's no longer possible to save me.
No! Sanders! What the hell? I gotta... Okay. This is insane. What killed him?
There. This way.
Όχι ρε πούστη.
This is insane. What killed him?
Τελικά δεν θα κάνουμε αυτό με το ηλεκτροσόκ δηλαδή.
Damn! The gas! Oh. My head.
Later. We need to move on.
Δεν τον εμπιστεύομαι.
Who goes there? That nightmare again. I need a drink. No. I want to know what Bradley and Dr. Colton have to say about all this.
You're awake, Mr. Pierce. How do you feel?
Did I sleep long?
The day is only starting. It's fine.
How's our fugitive? Dr. Fuller hasn't reported your disappearance to the Force, but that'll come soon.
Bradley?
Who else would it be?
Mr. Pierce, are you all right? You look like you saw a ghost.
There are things I can't explain.
Tell us. What happened?
You two know each other pretty well.
It's a tiny island. Everyone knows everyone. Especially since I'm a police officer and Marie's a doctor.
The chemistry is...
Καλησπέρα, γόρινα.
I do seem a little bit stupid, don't I? Anyway, let's get back to the business at hand.
What I'm sure of now is that the Hawkins case isn't just an accident.
And what brings you to that conclusion?
The fact that Charles Hawkins survived the fire.
I don't understand. Mr. Hawkins was buried.
That's what he would have you believe.
I have a hard time believing you.
You were there, Bradley. You even opened fire on him.
I'd remember that.
Why would he fake his own death? Do you think he covered up his wife's murder?
That's possible.
It seems hard to swallow. Don't you have anything more concrete, Pierce?
Για πες. Ελπίζω να μείνουν λογοπαίγνιο, έτσι. Πώς λεγόταν η μαύρη γάτα του Lovecraft. Δεν μπορώ να το πω αυτό το όνομα. Lovecraft.
No memory of going down any tunnel. No, we were in the manor, then...
Then what?
The rest is quite blurry. I don't recall how I came back home.
And then?
I went to visit you at the hospital. And called on Marie's help to get you released.
And you don't remember the events of the tunnel?
I don't. Let's talk about something else.
Αυτό δεν μπορούμε.
I found a file bearing Sarah Hawkins' name in the Institute's basement.
It makes sense. A powerful family like the Hawkins
Πες το,
had
ρε.
the means to hide such a disgrace.
But everyone knows the Fullers have been taking care of the Hawkins for at least a generation. And all were aware of Mrs. Hawkins' fragility.
Perhaps, but no one would allow a psychiatric internment.
From what I read in the file, Fuller used her as a subject of his experiments.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins, subjects of Dr. Fuller. Why those two?
Given the energy he pours into Riverside, I presume it was Fuller's creation.
His father's, to be correct. He was a surgeon on board the Scylla. He founded the hospital in 1904 with funds from the Hawkins family before he died and his son Thomas Fuller took over.
Two families inextricably linked.
Most island families are that way. Captain Fitzroy's father was also a seaman aboard the Scylla.
Powerful families dominating everything.
Yes, and as you could tell, Dr. Fuller is like some crazed emperor.
He wouldn't be happy if he knew we were snooping around.
Πώς λεγόταν, δεν έγραψες.
I don't fear him. Do you wish to know anything else?
Dr. Fuller seems to be leaving a trail of corpses. Not to mention those strange machines, chains, and tools of all kinds.
Yes. I've been telling you that Fuller uses his patients as guinea pigs.
What I saw was more akin to torture than medicine.
Do you even hear what you're saying? Dr. Fuller is highly respected.
It's the truth, Ethan. And I'll prove it to you. I'm listening, Mr. Pierce.
Oh. Το διέγραψα. Όντως, καλά άλλες εποχές.
I met a Francis Sanders. You know him?
Of course, he's a patient. Or was. I haven't seen him since Dr. Fuller had him transferred to the basement.
He knew Sarah Hawkins, and that's what killed him.
What? How did he die?
I'm not sure I can explain it.
Tell me how Mr. Sanders died.
I didn't see what, but something was there, with us.
Of what do you speak?
Sanders said it was Sarah Hawkins' visitor. He spoke of it like a living being.
Sarah Hawkins? Have I missed something here? This makes no sense. I don't see how it can help crack the Hawkins case.
You really think she's involved? How could she have murdered Mr. Sanders?
Francis Sanders mentioned Mrs. Hawkins just before dying. It's no coincidence.
You know, Francis Sanders was a well-known art collector. I guess you can still pay a visit to his wife, Irene Sanders.
An art collector, you say? That's probably how they met.
If you plan on having dinner at the Sanders household, please spare the widow the tale of her late husband's suffering.
I don't agree. She deserves the truth.
But that truth may be biased. We don't know the bottom of it.
You're right. Without a plausible explanation for what I saw, let's not jump to conclusions.
That seems wise indeed.
Very well. I'll go to see Francis's widow. Perhaps I'll find a link between her husband's death and Sarah Hawkins.
Don't end up in the hospital this time.
I'll do my best.
Let us go now and learn the truth about what's happening on this island.
The other night's events are still confused in my head.
What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders? I'm a private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
You may. However, before we go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
That is precisely what brings me here.
Well, well. Look who's here. You know each other.
We met briefly.
Time enough to
Θα
iron out
δούμε.
a few matters. The brave detective has a
Αν είμαστε
talent
τυχεροί
for
μας
sticking
κεράσει
his nose into
ευτερούγα.
my business.
I bump into her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
It's a small island, detective. My island. It's better that it's you bumping into me.
You're investigating Francis' death. Why? Who hired you?
I spoke to Francis before he died. His story suggests a link to a case I'm working on.
Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry on later.
Very well, Miss Baker. This way, Mr. Pierce. And do make yourself comfortable. It would seem that you have much to tell me.
Κρυπεριά τελείως.
May I inquire as to when you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
Yesterday, I met him at the hospital. He spoke to me about Sarah Hawkins.
Oh, of course he spoke to you about her. That's all he talked about. Sarah Hawkins and her paintings. Please forgive my tone. The fact is that I have not been allowed to see him since he was interned. You, on the other hand, a perfect stranger, were able to talk with him the day he died. How was he? Were you present when he had this attack? What happened?
What happened to your husband is terrible, Mrs. Sanders. But from what I saw, it was inevitable. The man I met yesterday had lost his reason. He suffers no longer, if you would allow me such a platitude.
Of course. Thank you for your kind words. Nobody in that hospital would have deigned to speak them to me. However, it will require more than that to soothe my mind. I need to understand. How could this happen? In a reputed institute? And right before your eyes? Did you not do anything to help him?
It's terrible what happened to your husband, but I had nothing to do with it. I was injured, and I came across him in the hospital quite by chance.
Injured? Well, I'm delighted to see you in such fine fettle, Detective. Not everybody enjoyed such a prompt recovery.
I suppose Fuller does do miracles now and again.
Luck is obviously very kind to you. Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Pierce. I would be grateful if you could tell me what you expect of me, and then leave.
Did your husband talk to you about Sarah Hawkins' visitor? A shambler, to use his precise terms.
Well, you can't imagine that's all he talked about. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable end to his life.
Hold on. The Shambler is a painting by Sarah Hawkins.
Who else to paint such horrors? Take a look for yourself, if you feel so inclined.
It is my only lead at this stage. I suppose I have nothing to lose.
Then you have paid no heed. For my part, I refuse to set foot in that gallery again. But if you're so eager to see it...
Thank you, Mrs. Sanders. I won't be long.
Λοιπόν, amateur, αυτό για να είσαι professional, λογικά, ίσως έχει και New Game Plus, δεν εξηγείται αλλιώς. Γιατί δεν γίνεται σε αυτό το σημείο να είσαι professional στο medicine. Δεν μας νοιάζει αυτό. Γιατί όλοι οι αριστοκράτες ζουν σε αυτό το κολονίσι?
Let's see what this cylinder has to say once it's inserted in a phonograph.
Irene, I made a mistake. I fear that it might be too late for me. Nobody should enter, except to burn everything. I never had the courage. Pay somebody to do it. He's inside my head. I see him behind my eyelids each time I shut my eyes. I can't take any more. I can't hold him back. Forgive me.
That accursed gallery. Those accursed paintings. That accursed Sarah.
The day the Shambler came into the Sanders' lives.
Ου. Τι σκηνή είναι εδώ πέρα τώρα?
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins were close. Friends, even? A house of artists. A house of artists. Sanders' accession register. He wrote beside the Shambler, "Finally." What did Sarah Hawkins fear so much that she didn't want to sell the painting? He finally won. Was Sanders aware of his imminent doom? She didn't want Sanders to have the painting. She must have felt devastated. Was she jealous of Sarah Hawkins?
Okay.
I need to see it.
Ω. Μαλέους μπεστιάρουμς. Λατινικά είναι. Βασικά μέσα είναι σκατά.
A strange Amerindian pendant.
Κοντ τι είναι, κοντ?
I could use one of those. Strange. For months, Sarah Hawkins refused to part with her painting, to finally give it away for nothing. Another volume of the Reverend's wife's diary.
That's twice you've stepped on my toes, Detective. Try not to make a habit of it.
Ο μπακαλιάρος,
I've got
okay.
a lot of bad habits.
Some can be more fatal than others. What have you come looking for in this gallery?
I have a well-off client in Boston who heard about the death of Francis Sanders and wanted me to size up his estate before making an offer to his widow.
Perfect, Detective. The pretext? The body language? I would have bought it if it was the first time I'd seen your face. You're a good talker, Pierce. Your story will do for the moment.
And you? What brings you to the Sanders home?
I'm here on business. Irene asked me to liquidate all these paintings. She doesn't intend to hang around here for long.
Why you?
Believe it or not, there aren't many collectors on Darkwater. It needs someone with a network, and a means of transport to the mainland. A choice that comes down to Fitzroy and me. And I'm far more pleasant, wouldn't you say?
The public entrance to the gallery.
Οκ. Θα έχουμε κυνηγητό εδώ μέσα δηλαδή. Εκείνο ο πίνακας, θα πάμε στο τέλος.
Why was he so interested in old weapons? Why was he so interested in old weapons?
Ωραίο. Και άλλη ντουλάπα.
The man transformed an entire wing of his manor into an art gallery.
Να είμαστε... Λοιπόν, είναι τυφλά. Είναι άσχημα και γρήγορα, σίγουρα.
What the hell was...
Οκ. Δεν είναι τόσο τυφλά.
What the hell was that? I can't even touch it. Down. Did it? Maybe I can use this dagger.
Ρίξτε το γαμημένο. Α, μάλλον δεν είναι.
What the hell was that? Down. Maybe I can use this dagger. Damn it! This dagger didn't work. I have to use a specific dagger.
Το που είναι σαν καμάκι. Ούτε καν. Πέθανα. Και δεν... Λοιπόν, οπότε ναι, έπρεπε να... Αυτό τι είναι? Κάτι δεν έχω βρει. Πολλά δεν έχω βρει.
What the hell was that? Damn. Maybe I can use this dagger. This dagger looks different.
Πουτάνες! Και πόσο φάνηκε. Αυτό το dagger λέει ότι είναι διαφορετικό. Oops.
What's the matter with you? You sure you won't be needing that hand? You're losing it, Detective. At this rate, you're right. The bottle will get you before I do.
You didn't see anything.
I saw you within an inch of putting a dagger through your forearm. Did I miss something more interesting?
It's nothing. I think I just drank too much.
That goes without saying. If you can't tell the difference between reality and fiction, then you're in real trouble.
I ran, screamed, broke a pane of glass. You were in the next room and you didn't hear a thing.
If I hadn't heard a thing, I'd still be in the other room. The door was blocked. I got in as soon as I could. I like to look after my goods.
You mean me?
Don't flatter yourself, sweetheart. I'm talking about the contents of this gallery. And by the way, where do you think you're going with that dagger?
It saved my life. It's an extraordinary dagger.
You should talk to Algernon Drake. He's an antique dealer here on Darkwater. He'll tell you all about it. From what I saw in the ledgers, it was him who sold it to Sanders.
It's not your style to give me free information like that.
Take it as payment for being my canary. A simple trade-off. Now go see your antique seller. I still got things to settle with Irene.
κάποιος το σπάσε με το χέρι, έτσι.
Where is the bookseller? Freud's The Interpretation of Dreams. It's the work that laid the foundations of psychoanalysis at the beginning of this century.
Freud.
Another volume of the Reverend's wife's diary.
Mythology.
What happened here? Let's start over. Where did they break in from? Blood. Seems like amateur work. To whom does this footprint belong? This burglar seems to be rather clumsy. What killed all these animals? What sort of thief leaves his tools at the crime scene? What happened that made the burglar flee before finishing his work? What the... Charles Hawkins? What sort of power did Sarah Hawkins' painting possess? Sarah Hawkins helped hide something in this safe. Drake put in a great deal of effort to hide whatever is in here. Everything is linked to the Sarah Hawkins case.
Άρα να το ανοίξουμε. Ωραία.
Drake left instructions on how to find the combination of his safe.
Λοιπόν, εδώ θέλουμε βοήθεια, παιδιά. Όποιος μπορεί στο chat. It lies with my save, and the clues to the combination are to be found in the three each hidden where life and study combine in the Greek world.
What link did he find between Charles Hawkins and an old amulet?
Λοιπόν, μισό παιδιά, πάμε μια τουαλέτα. Λοιπόν, συμπίσαμε για κάτι. Έχεις δίκιο. Πίνω καφέδες, μωρέ, και ξέρεις σε ποια είναι θα κάθεσαι. Λοιπόν.
Is everyone on this island taking sleeping pills?
Ωραίο. Δεν έχω την παραμικρή ιδέα. Μπορεί να θέλει άλλο τόσο.
Arkham editions. Never heard of them. How many volumes are there in this collection? Another volume by Arkham editions. Cylinders that Drake tried to hide. I should perhaps listen to them.
Τι κατέληγε για Greek mythology. Oh.
The Book of Zion is the foundational work behind Helena Blavatsky's Theosophical movement. Its followers place truth on the same footing as a religion. Kind of chalice. kind of chalice.
Α, τα ρουμπίνια και τα διαμάντια, ξέρω εγώ, κάνουν ένα motif.
Things are not looking good.
And these red rocks, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets. I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny. Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
Λοιπόν, οπότε κάτι έχουμε το δισκοπότηρο.
The Queen has little protection.
Τι θέλει να πει ο ποιητής? Η Βασίλισσα τι... Λοιπόν, αυτός είπε πρώτος για το νούμερο 9.
So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his
Volume
message.
1.
What did Drake say about this?
3,
Drake talked about a
2,
particular... So these are the volumes that
5,
Drake was
6,
talking about in his message. What did Drake say about this collection?
5, 6, 7, 8.
Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that
9.
Drake was talking about in his message. What did Drake say about this collection?
Να βάλουμε το 9 εδώ. Πω και ο ήχος είναι σκατά εντωμεταξύ, έτσι. Αν το δυναμώσετε, είναι σκατένιος.
The chalice of knowledge.
2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. Περίμενε. Motive είναι motivation, δεν είναι μοτίβο. Motive. Να δούμε. Μοτίβο, ναι. Ας δούμε πόσα πράσινα έχουμε. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 πράσινα. Και κόκκινα έχουμε 1, 2, 4, 5. 10 συνόλο.
And these red rocks, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets.
Πώς είναι το 5? Και τώρα κάτι με τη βασίλισσα.
The Queen has little protection.
Δεν έχει protection η βασίλισσα, ούτε αυτή τι άλλη. Α, αυτή έχει. 1, 2. Όπα, 5. Όχι.
The Queen has little protection.
I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our white queen from their dark soldiers. I see our numbers dwindling, and my will strengthens as my
The Queen has little protection.
We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny.
3. Αυτοί που στεκόμαστε θα περασπιστούμε τη λευκή μας βασίλισσα. Είναι 3 που στέκονται. Εκτός αν υπονοεί και αυτούς τους 2. Αλλά αυτοί είναι εκτός του σκακίουν. Οπότε πάμε 3 ή 5. 3. Ρούφατο. Ρε Άραγκον, γαμώ το της Εύας. Μπράβο μου. Όχι, μπράβο μου. Κάντε και μια αρισκία, μάγκες. Κλείσαμε 3 ωράκι, Thanks. Ω Πίτερ Άλεξ, επειδή ήθελα να σε ρωτήσω χθες που το είδα, ποιο χωριό έχεις πάνω στα φωτογραφίες σαν εξώφυλλο στο κανάλι σου? Μου θυμίζει τα δικά μου τα μέρη, γι' αυτό σε ρωτάω.
condition is deteriorating.
What says Dr. Fuller? It's his patient, after all.
He's busy with Captain Fitzroy. He specifically asked us not to bother him when that's the case.
Oh, of course. I'll see what I can do. Mr. Blake, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Colden. We'll take care of you.
There's nothing we can do. I tried talking to him. He's catatonic.
Did you inject him with a tranquilizer?
No, Doctor. Not me, not anyone. Our stock is empty, yet again.
Again? But there was enough for the whole island.
More and more people are suffering from insomnia. We can't refuse to help.
Of course.
Any idea what this man might be undergoing?
What can you tell me about him?
He was highly agitated an hour
Γιατί είμαστε γυναίκα?
We were about to tie him down when he fell asleep. 10 minutes ago, he curled up into a fetal position. I thought he was waking up, but no.
Show me his file.
That's not possible.
Don't tell me Dr. Fuller has taken this file as well. We need it.
That's why I called you. This man's ailment has been hidden from us.
Come on now. What was he treated for?
An intoxication, I was told. After inhaling chemicals.
What are his symptoms?
His temperature has been going down. His skin losing its color. His body rigid. I closed his eyes myself. They were glassing over. I didn't want them to dry out. And I couldn't bear to look at the expression on his face.
You did well. Don't worry. Let's stay professional, if you will. I don't recognize him. Did he just arrive on the island?
He said he worked on the docks, but not with Captain Fitzroy. I think he works for Miss Baker.
Who?
You know, the woman at the head of their gang. They call her Cat.
Oh, I see.
Do you have other questions?
That'll do for the time being.
Any idea what this man might be undergoing?
Very well. I'll examine him. 30-year-old subject. Severe hypothermia. Erythematous papules around the eyes and eardrums. Necrosed palpebral tissue. Lord, this smell. His skin shows abnormal loss of color and seems dried out. He's totally dehydrated. His fingertips and toes seem to feature a slight ring under the skin. Tender at the touch. Slightly sticky. Severe malnutrition. Swollen abdomen with traces of petechia. Doesn't seem like an edema. Slight protuberances seem to indicate the presence of a foreign body.
So, Doctor, an opinion?
I'm not sure I have the necessary knowledge to treat this man.
Don't say that. You're our most worthy doctor after Dr. Fuller.
Some of his symptoms are beyond my comprehension.
What did you find?
I see signs of hypodermoclysis, but he's still dehydrated. When was his last IV?
He's constantly under perfusion. I've even gone beyond the recommended dose to no avail. And you won't believe me, but when we bathed him earlier,
he seemed to feel better?
Yes. Like he needs an aquarium, not a perfusion. But that doesn't explain his condition.
In spite of the muscle contractions, his arms seem limp.
Yes. They can't have decalcified, not at this rate.
And yet, if there is a bone in this arm, it's softer than that of a newborn baby. What about his cranium?
It's soft at the touch. It does seem like the skull of a baby.
Look at these sticky rings growing at his fingertips. What can be happening?
I'm sure you'll find an explanation. You have to.
Did you examine his abdomen? It would seem there's something inside.
He hasn't eaten in days. Are you certain it's not an edema?
No. Can't you recognize an edema? Pushing with your finger won't leave a trace. And look at these bumps.
It's not like he could be pregnant.
Whatever it is, this man has something inside him that shouldn't be there. We should operate on him at once.
Dr. Fuller said not to worry, that the edema would go away by itself.
You know, I'm not sure Dr. Fuller is telling the truth. I almost don't believe it myself, but these symptoms are not those usually associated with the human species.
What do you mean? Don't tell me you believe in extraterrestrials.
No. This poor man is from our world, all right. But his body is undergoing unnatural mutations. And this transformation is killing him. His body simply can't cope.
Where could he have gotten such an infection?
I pray that it's not here.
Dr. Cole, may I know what you're doing to my patient?
What I'm doing? How about what you've done to him?
Let us calm down, my dear Marie. I don't appreciate your tone, nor your insinuations. I've done to him what I do to all my patients. Provide him with the best available care.
Your imagination is without limit. It's your homemade drug again, is it not? Those people are not your guinea pigs.
There. What have you seen to put you in such a state?
I've seen suction cups on his fingers, his falling body temperature, his dehydration. Had I only read the report, you know what I would have concluded, Doctor.
Do I? Tell me anyway. I'm curious.
He's no longer human. These are the attributes of an animal.
Fascinating. An animal, you say? Could you be more precise? Cephalopod, perhaps?
This amuses you.
Your reaction does. I know your thirst for knowledge, Doctor. It's your innocent worries for this man that have you overreacting.
For this man, and the others whose medical files you've been hiding.
I have to protect my discovery. These people owe me their life, but the world isn't ready yet. It will be, in time.
I will not let you do this.
You disappoint me, Marie, but I still have hope you'll one day share my point of view. In the meantime, take care of your own patients and try not to forget who you're dealing with.
Was that a threat? What did he mean?
Ελάτε, τι θέλεις ρε φίλε?
Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder and one of our profession's most influential voices. My word is of no weight against his. If I continue to protest, I will only ruin my reputation and career.
It's scandalous. Can't we do anything? Is there no evidence of his crimes?
I disapprove of Fuller's methods, but his treatments have saved more lives than I can count.
And Mr. Blake? You said yourself he was dying.
I don't know what to think for now. What I'm sure of is that Fuller is hiding something from us. And I need to know what that is before I take a chance exposing him.
And where would you find those? In his office? What if you get caught?
I'd rather not think about that. I'm counting on your discretion.
Of course, Doctor. You can count on me. I'll keep mum.
An unknown medicine. Judging by the other ones, it causes heavy side effects.
Γιατί είμαστε γκόμενα? Α, δεν μπορούμε να κάνουμε αναβαθμίσεις.
Chronic insomnia, like half the island. The answers must be hidden in Fuller's office.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And
Elizabeth? You all right? Why is this room in such a state?
Because, as always, I'm cleaning it by myself. And the water was once again shut off this morning. I had to bother Mrs. Donovan again, giving her a new excuse to belittle me.
Come now. Don't let that witch sap your morale. We're lacking in qualified personnel and she knows it. Her petty punishments won't last forever.
I'm trying, Doctor. I'm trying. It's just that sometimes I imagine she shuts down the water herself, just for the pleasure of harassing me.
Θα μπορούσε.
Her time is much too precious for these kind of petty games.
Anyway, I've learned my lesson. I'll hold my tongue next time.
Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor.
I have little time for you, Doctor. You'll find out that it's not only the doctors who have things to do. Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going? Dr. Colden.
Mrs. Donovan.
Nobody goes into Dr. Fuller's office. But rest assured, I'll tell him you came by.
That won't be necessary. Thank you.
I will tell him, nonetheless.
Με έδωσε η πουτάνα. Τέλος πάντων, μάγκες, αυτό ήταν για σήμερα. Κλείσαμε 3,5 ώρες, κουράστηκα. Θα το συνεχίσουμε την επόμενη φορά. Τώρα, σήμερα το βράδυ, ίσως παίξω ένα άλλο με ζόμπια. Ίσως το κάνω και αυτό live stream. Και ίσως συνεχίσω αυτό αύριο. Λοιπόν, ευχαριστώ για όσους παρακολουθήσατε, για τις εγγραφές, ξέρετε, για τις αρεσκίες. Οπότε πρέπει να κάψουμε το νερό. Οκ. Πού έκανε save? Κοίτα, 2 ώρες θα κάνει φορτώσει, ρε φίλε. Τρεις ή μισή ώρες, πω, το γαμίσαμε. Γιατί αργεί τόσο, ρε φίλε, και είναι παλιό παιχνίδι. Πω, εδώ μας είδε οι άλλοι, δεν το διαφύγουν.
Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going? Dr. Cthulhu. Nobody goes over there.
Οκ. Λοιπόν, ευχαριστώ όλους. Τα λέμε την επόμενη φορά. Γεια χαρά. Γεια χαρά.